Hey everyone, it's the Angry Honey Badger, and today I'm bringing you a build video of me playing as Fiddlesticks. I've had a few people ask for this, and I happened to start playing him a little bit more. I like to typically jungle him because of his surprise ability while ganking with him because of some of the stuff that he has, and we'll get to more of that later. As for this game, it's going to be a little bit different looking than some of the other ones that you guys have seen. I reinstalled Windows to my computer, and I am not available to use some of my replays that I had ready that I was going to make into build videos. For some reason, low replays just freaking out about it. So I happened to randomly record this game live, so I have this available to show it to you this way. I don't really like making them with this because I jump around a lot, as you can see with with the camera. So a lot of you have asked before because all of my replays are with locked camera, but I do lock camera, so it's a little easier to concentrate on the champion that I am talking about. So that's why I liked using the league replays. So this one's just gonna kind of be an oddball one too. So starting at that, basically, I like to start at blue buff in the jungle with Fiddlesticks, and I actually go with a little bit of a different setup with Fiddlesticks because of his drain ability as his W, which I do take at level 1 in the jungle. You're able to jungle without typical things most junglers take, and that's just because Fiddlesticks just works in a unique way. I mean, you can basically get all your life back while you kill him all the time. You never really have to worry about dying. So I like to take his drain at level 1, and because of this, it reflects the items that I take with him and the runes I take with him. So at level 1, I did take a Dorans Ring because I like the extra health. It's going to be nice in case I do get low in the jungle. And then I do have some extra AP to help with some of the drain power and just all of my other stuff because he is ability power based. And then it's just the mana regen is also going to be kind of nice too if I do not have a blue buff at the time. Luckily this game, they actually have 2 top and 2 bot and then 1 mid. They don't have a jungler, so I'm actually able to steal some of their buffs in their jungle, so I almost have blue buff all the time this game, which is nice. So what I usually do when I start doing my jungling is I move through the jungle the way I currently am, and I am going to try to usually gank top at this time, but it's not going to be a go really, I think, on this attempt when I come up here. So what I actually think I do is I back off and I go take their blue buff, I think, just because that's going to give me more experience, and oddly enough our Cho'Gath is kind of pushing, which I'm kind of surprised he is, but he's going to get a little bit ahead. So, going to move forward a little bit in the game. I still have not gone back. I am level 6 now, and bottom lane is pushing. Their ward, I think, has just expired, so I'm going to be able to initiate with my ultimate from behind. He's not going to really see this coming. I'm going to move in and fear him right away, so he kind of can try to get stuck in my ult. Fear didn't last that long, and his fear didn't move him back towards me, but I am going to pick up the kill on him with that standard attack. Then I'm going to assist the other 2 people on my team real quick, and pick up another assist on this Soraka. And pick up a kill and an assist, and now I'm going to go back for the first time, which I usually can jungle for a long time because you don't have to worry about your health. Now, the first time back, I usually try to have enough to at least get the first start of my boots and a needlessly large rod. You're going to get some damage pretty quick, and this is going to go towards my first item, which is going to be very, very helpful. Now here, I don't know if he has this warded. I'm actually going to be able to ult from here because I have flash. I'm going to move in now, flash in towards him. I'm going to fear him. He's going to get stuck in my ult, which is going to drain his life. I'm going to use drain. I'm going to fear him. I'm going to silence him, and now Cho'Gath's going to move in and finish him off for the most part. And we're going to move on again to something else. So, alright, here's another spot. I move through some of this beginning stuff pretty quick. Here I'm actually going to ult. I step out of the bush for a second, though, before I ult, which is kind of, they know it, they can see it coming, which is unfortunate. And then my team, apparently, who wanted this, didn't actually see it coming. So, I'm going to get in here. I am actually going to pick up a kill, though, on the Mordekaiser, which is going to be good for me. And then I think we're going to make them kind of step back a little bit. We'll be able to push this tower now a little bit more. But, like I was saying, some of the unique things that you can do with Fiddlesticks is you can take different pages with them because you really don't need any help jungling via Mastery's page or Rune page because of your drain. You can always steal life back, so you're kind of safe in that aspect. What I like to do then for my Mastery's page is just go with my standard AP caster page for the most part. What I'm able to do with that then is just maximize my damage and not have to worry about taking any things that would help me while jungling. And then as for my rune page, I just go with a rune page I typically take when I am playing an AP caster, which usually is Magic Penetration Marks, flat AP Quintessences. I go with, what do we go with? I go with Mana Regeneration per level Seals, and then I go with ability power per level Glyphs. Now here, they're trying to take the tower. I'm going to ult in because I have my next item, which is my Hourglass, which I'm able to use. Now here, I kid you not, I like lag when it goes into the Hourglass, so that's kind of a late Hourglass, but I do pick up a double kill on the Graves, in on the Mordekaiser because he was tanking that. As you can see, the last few times I went back, I finished off my boots into my magic penetration boots. I finished off that needlessly large rod into my Zhonyas Hourglass, which is the first main AP item I get. It allows you to be not only have a little bit of armor, which will help you since you are very squishy, but it allows you to have a little bit more damage. And you can go into your stasis, which I will right here for a little bit to negate some damage after they start to focus me. Now, unfortunately, my stuff's not going to come off a cooldown. I won't be able to start draining to get my life back up, and I will die here. But that will happen. And, you know, it's just the first item. I like to start with him because it does give you plenty of AP, and it's going to work really well for him. That stasis is great to have in an enemy team fight. You're able to initiate and then go into stasis, do plenty of damage on the enemy team, and then your team can jump into initiate too. So I like to start with that item first. That's just a personal preference. Now, as you can see, the next thing I'm going to be getting on Fiddlesticks is a Abyssal Sceptre. I have my blasting wand, and I have some magic resist. All these little bit of resist with that armor and that magic resist is going to help me be able to stay alive while I'm in my ult, because you get focused pretty hard, pretty fast with that ultimate, and that's why that stasis is so nice to have. I'm going to finish it off right there, and then I'm going to keep letting you guys watch these two kids dance. They're going to kill each other, which is kind of funny, so... Oh, but that's going to happen, I suppose. So... all that fun stuff is happening so far with the build. I have those runes. You can take armor runes if you want to be a little bit safer while jungling with him. It's not a bad idea. He starts with barely any armor while you're jungling with him. But like I said, at level 30, such as I am, and all of that fun stuff with the full unlocked masteries and full rune page, that's going to be the way to go. Now, if you're not a level 30 and you want to start jungling Fiddlesticks, you'll probably still be okay. But you want to just make sure that you have some extra things like armor, or if it's a little bit safer for you to start out with armor and pots, that might be a better bet, because you're not going to be doing quite as much damage as people who have full unlocked mastery pages and rune pages. I don't really mention that too often in my build videos. If you happen to be under level 30, I usually just describe the pages that are going to be kind of the keen pages that you're going to want to use at level 30. And that's kind of how most of my stuff is gauged. So another little thing I would recommend right here, or just talking about this, is something else that is very helpful for some people is that if you can't afford the runes you want now, or if you're not available to unlock level tier 3 runes, I would recommend not really buying runes until you are at a point where you can buy tier 3 runes, because you're never going to use tier 1 or tier 2 runes ever again. Kind of save your IP, and then when you hit level 3 rune page status and you can buy level 3 runes, I would then just buy all those. Now here's one of those things where I can ult in under their tower. They don't really see me from over here. It's a classic spot for Fiddle to jump in. We're going to go get this Graves. Now I can move in here and go into stasis while my team moves in. They were not too quick on moving into that, and Ken's going to pick up some damage, but we will be able to kill both of them here. I think Jax does die, though. He takes a little too many tower hits, but we do kill 2 of them, and now we'll be able to push this tower, so I thought they were going to be a little quicker with that initiation. I did ping it a few times, so... but like I was saying, I would hold off if you are not level or not at a level where you're available to unlock tier 3 runes. So now, continuing with the build, I have gone with another needlessly large rod. I can see that their team's kind of grouped up. GP's got his ult going. I'm going to move to the side real quick and try to ult in once they pile up. I'm kind of focusing their Mordekaiser when I can, because he is a pain. And he's going to get a little bit away there. I am going to kill the Soraka real quick, though. And we're going to chase a little bit. And I'm trying to get my fear off on the Scion, and it does not go off. So I'm going to flash and get the fear off so we can kind of get to him. He's not going to go anywhere. We'll be able to pick the kill up on him pretty quick, too. But like I was saying, I've just got another needlessly large rod. That is going to go towards my next item, which is a Deathcap. Now, some people I know like to rush the Deathcap on Fiddlesticks. It's not a bad idea at all, really. But... I think the Hourglass is going to be good, and regardless of your first damage item, as long as you're starting to build AP, you're going to hurt them. And this has to do with the fact that his AP ratios are pretty good, let alone his flat rates are pretty good for all of his damage, because that's just the way he's built as a champion. They just have him do massive damage, but that's because he does die fairly quick as well. And then the other things are, if you did not know, his passive... actually grants him magic penetration. So off the bat, early on, you got an extra, I think, 10 penetration. So that is going to be very nice. So whenever you ult in on any of them, you're just going to be going straight through all their magic resist, and you're going to be doing all the damage that you really can. That Abyssal Sceptre is also helping with that as well, and helping protect me and giving me more AP. So that's kind of one of those another really good items to have or to consider. Now here, I am typing apparently, and they're getting in a fight, and I'm not really paying attention, and then I realize, oh, they actually are getting into a fight. I think more of the enemy team shows up. So I'm going to move back in towards them. My ult is almost off of cooldown. Now Sion is showing up to the fight on their team. Kennan's trying to get away, and our Cho's trying to get back in here and kind of help her run. I'm going to silence them and just try to wait for just a second for my ult to come out. Now I'm going to use it because they're all piling up. I'm going to use it. I'm going to go into stasis so they can't focus me, and while they die just sitting in it, Sion's going to die, Graves is going to die, Morta's going to die. Pick up the ace and the triple kill. So that's another reason why I just like to say, that's why I like to go and get his Hourglass first, because you can just go into stasis while they stand in that and they're just going to melt. There I do go back and I do pick up the Deathcap. I'm going to be really hurting now. I still have that Dorans Ring, don't need to get rid of it yet. Now at this point in the build you can kind of go a few different directions with the build. I would say that those are your 3 main items. You can start to build health now if you're really concerned, but I mean, you kind of want to build Fiddlesticks for the massive damage and that Hourglass. If you could just kind of bake them in it and sit in it, that's kind of the main thing you can do. I'm trying to see if there's a way I can ult in here. I want to try to focus this Mordekaiser. I think he's building a little bit more glass cannon, so he's doing lots of damage, and it's Mordekaiser. We need to kill him anyway, so we do have Baron. So at this point you could build more health if that's what you kind of want, but I would honestly go with more AP, either a Deathfire Grasp or a Void Staff. Both are going to be good. I pick up a kill on Sion there. I'm ulting and I'm just kind of melting people. Pick up an assist on the Mordekaiser. There was the super late Hourglass again, but that's going to happen occasionally if you don't get it off on time, but try to get it off on time if you can. Here we're going to just try to keep pushing and try to get some more minions in their base, try to push for the win. Now here, they're going to chase us. I'm going to silence them. I think I'm then going to start to drain one of them and fear one of them. Who am I going to fear? Oh, I'm going to fear Graves and just standard attack him to death. So I pick up the double kill there. Unfortunately, Kennen did die, but they did focus him down because he's doing damage as well. But I'm pretty fed this game because I've got some good ganks on, and if you get Fiddlesticks ult just right and you get it in the middle of a team, you're going to do some massive damage to him. I think here I tried to kill her. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think I tried to drain her, but I'm starting to take the tower. You know, that drain right there does decent damage, let alone to one individual person. Now there, she healed herself right as I jumped in. I was going to fear her and drain her again and try to kill her, but that heal's going to kind of negate that damage that I was going to do to her. So, like I was saying, the Deathfire Grasp is never a bad idea to get next. It's also going to help with your cooldowns. And then you can also build a Void Staff, which is also going to eat through their team, especially if they have tanks. So if you want to go pure AP, I'd recommend those 2 items. If you are kind of fearing a little bit and you want to slow them down, the other item I would recommend would getting a Rylai's Crystal Scepter instead of the Rod of Ages. Rod of Ages is not a bad item on Fiddlesticks. You can get that too if you want to go with those 2 items to get some health, and you'll still get plenty of damage out of them, and you'll get that slow from Rylai's. But if you want just the massive penetration and the massive damage, then go Void Staff and Deathfire Grasp. So here I am actually going to get some health, and I think I do... No, I'm going to go with the Rylai's, like I said, not the Rod, because now I'll be able to slow them while I ult, and then I will be able to sell my Dorans Ring in a little bit and buy... I think I was going to go with a Void Staff this game, but we're not going to get to that point because we're going to be able to end. But while I was back, I also did pick up some consumables, picked up some of those potions, so I have a little bit more AP just off of that too, which is going to scale with the Deathcap, so I'll have tons of AP there too. And we'll be doing all of that fun damage. So we'll be able to group up here and pretty much push and end this game. If I get another good ult off on them, they're going to just melt in it for the most part. Another nice thing to do with Fiddlesticks is pick him on teams where if you have a little bit too much damage in your lanes and you want an AP jungle, I know they're a little bit rare. There's a few. There's the Fiddlesticks. There's the Diana does it fine too, and there's a couple other ones. But, you know... You can use him really well with team compositions that have good AoE stuns or ults. I mean, with a Moo, it's really good because if you can jump in and surprise their team and then he can bandage toss in and use his ultimate, they're just going to sit in tons of damage. So there's plenty of teams that he works really well with. I do not really like him on teams, though, if your team has a Zhana, because she sometimes ruins your ultimate by pushing everyone out of it. Here I'm going to ult in, going to kill the Graves or get the assist on the Graves real quick. I'm trying to chase down this Mordekaiser to help get rid of him. Pick up another assist on him, pick up an assist on Janna. And they're going to chase the Scion if they can, knock him up. And I'm going to move back in here, try to do some silencing, some fearing, and drain him. Pick up a kill on the Scion and another assist on Soraka. We're going to be able to call this GG, guys. If you have any questions, go ahead and put those in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you have not. And other than that, guys, I'll just see all of you in the next build video.